Hi guys, the Middle Maniac back again, and in this video I'm going to be doing a review of Eaten Back to Life by Cannibal Corpse. This was their first album, released back in 1990. This was one of the first true death metal albums that was not, like, dark thrashed. Okay, so what I'm trying to say about that is that before, like around the not early, mid 80s, there were a lot of thrash bands that were going a lot darker, like Possessed. They went a lot darker. They were a lot darker thrash. But 1989, like around 1987 and 89, is when dark death metal started. Started about that time. So I would say like the very late 80s were definitely the boom period of death metal, or at least the most potent period. And then in the 90s, early to mid 90s, or maybe just early 90s, that's when death metal just skyrocketed even more. Especially with this album, Eaten Back to Life. Now this album does not have George Fisher. George Fisher was not their original singer. The original singer was Chris Barnes, who I prefer George Fisher over Chris Barnes. I don't really like Chris Barnes all that much, but on this album I like him. Like, here's the thing: Chris Barnes on this album with a more of a okay. So he started off with more of a rasp, kind of like. It's weird because on this album he has more of a traditional old school death metal vocal style, like sort of a raspy guttural, but not like too guttural. Like you could still kind of make out what he's saying, but later on he would get a lot more guttural, and by the time of like Tomb of the Mutilated and the Bleeding, like he didn't sound all that good. Like at that point he kind of sounded like the basically the stereotyped version of death metal vocals, like the cookie, like people say the Cookie Monster vocals. Like he sounded pretty bad, but on this album he sounds great. I don't know what happened later on. I have no idea why he changed his vocal style, but yeah, on this album he did really well. Um, oh yeah, and this is the artwork. I'll get to more of that later, but so yeah, Chris Barnes is on vocals. I think this is a pretty different lineup than most Cannibal Corpse albums. Let's see. No. Hold on. Left the people on the back, but nope. Nope. Odd. I don't see. I don't see where they, because they usually put the names of the lineup of the band, either on the back or like. Sorry, the case almost fell. But yeah, I don't see. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I don't see it. I've had a few of these in a review where I've done a review, and the credits aren't on the album for some reason. Uh, yeah, I don't see it, but I know that, yeah, like for people on here that I do know who they are on here, like again Chris Barnes on vocals. Um, I believe Alex Webster was on bass on this album. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Who else was on this album? Again, the only guy I know for sure. Oh wait, I found it. It was on the second to last page. For some odd reason, it wasn't on the back like it usually is. Oh, here we go. Of course, Chris Barnes on vocals. Uh, uh, Bob Rousset on guitar. Jack Owen on guitar. Yes, Alex Webster is on bass on this album. Okay. and Paul Metz. Paul, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, is on drums. Yeah, so Paul, Alex are like the two original guys, like the two main guys, I guess. That has been on this album, been on the been in the band since the beginning. Um, I think the band was founded by Alex Webster. I think so. I may be wrong. Like maybe someone else, but I think the band was founded by Alex Webster. Hold on. There we go. Anyway, the artwork. The artwork is probably I would say my favorite or second favorite of the first four. This one is I don't know. It's very cartoony in a way. Like I don't know if you could see it on camera, but like the way it's drawn, like it's drawn sort of realistically, but at the same time it has some stylistic, like it has some really stylized choices on it. Like it looks like it's something from a very well drawn comic book in a way. Um, like not your classic 2D looking comic book, like but like when you know one of those comic books where the pictures look kind of like they have three dimension to them. That kind of looks like what this is. Just the style overall. Although I do want to get an original copy at some point, even if it costs me a lot of money, because I hate this logo. I hate this version of the logo. That's not the original logo. Yeah, when the first four albums were re-released in like I think yeah, this one was re-released in 2000. And when they re-released them, they slapped on the newer logo, which sucks. I do not like it. It looks too fake, too synthetic and CGI-ish. Now, the original Cannibal Corpse logo, um, is very, very different. Like it says Cannibal Corpse, but like it's very. It looks like okay, so the original logo is the word Cannibal Corpse, but it's like smeared in blood. Like um, I don't have my phone with me at the moment, so I can't show you. I have a picture of the original Cannibal Corpse logo on my phone, but I don't have my phone with me. It's all the way at the other side of the house in a different room. But I'm not gonna go get it because I don't want to waste time. But anyway, so the original logo is like it says Cannibal Corpse, but it's like okay, imagine there's like a brick wall, right, or a wall, just a wall, and someone dips their hand in blood and like starts writing the words "Cannibal Corpse" on the wall, and then the blood sort of drips down, like naturally drips down as the minutes tick by. It's kind of like it's like that's how I can explain the original logo. Like it looks very natural. It looks like somebody scrawled the words "Cannibal Corpse" on a wall, and the blood is slowly dripping down off the words that are in blood. Whereas here on this one, it just looks like CGI nonsense. Like it looks terrible. Like it doesn't look natural. It looks synthetic. It's bad. I wish they would have stuck with the original logo. And again, the Eden Back to Life part's in that same new font. I hate it. But I mean, the image itself is really good. I like that they kept the original image. There's the back. All right, let's get to the songs finally. It's been 9 minutes already. Wow. Anyway, I'm sorry for all that rambling. I really am. I just love this album. Number one is Shredded Humans. Shredded Humans is not a good song to start off the album. I don't like it. Edible Autopsy is not that great either. Put Them to Death is not a good song. Oh, but the fourth song, Mangled. This is a really great song. Very catchy. Has a moment of like rapid fire vocals. Like, how do I describe it? It almost seems like, I mean, it's not, but it kind of seems like Chris Barnes is sort of rapping. Like, he just barks out those lyrics very fast paced, and they don't really rhyme, but you get what I'm trying to say. They kind of like rhyme, but they don't, but it's like very fast. I don't know how to describe it, but you just listen to the song yourself. You'll see what I mean. Anyway, yeah. Track number 4, Mangled, is awesome. Track number 5 is my favorite song. No, I'd say it's my third favorite song from the album. Is Scattered Remains and Splattered Brains. This song is amazing. I love the title too. Like that's an awesome song title. Scattered Remains and Splattered Brains. Um, but yeah, really good song. I love it. Awesome song title too. Born in a Casket is okay. Rotting Head is okay. The Undead Will Feast is an awesome track. I love it. Oh, and I forgot to mention, even though the first track I don't like, it has a very interesting intro. Like, I love the intro to the song. It's not the song itself. Like, the intro of the song is just this weird noise. Like, it sounds like, okay, so I don't know if you guys know what the sound sounds like, but it sounds like someone driving onto a gravel driveway. Like, if you guys ever heard that, or like have a gravel driveway, like you know what I'm talking about. That crinkly sort of rocky sound that a car makes when its tires is going across the gravel of the driveway. But yeah, it kind of has that sound in the beginning, that weird sort of like gravelly sort of like sound. And then the song kicks in. But yeah, I don't like the song itself, but that intro noise is awesome. I love it. Anyway, getting back to where was I? The Undead Will Feast. Oh yeah, The Undead Will Feast is an awesome track. Bloody Chunks is awesome. Skull Full of Maggots is my second favorite song on the album. My first favorite, I don't know if I mentioned this, but my first favorite is Mangled. But yeah, Skull Full of Maggots is probably the second catchiest song on the album. Like, it's just amazing. And then Buried in the Backyard is okay. Um, so overall, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 4 or 5 amazing songs. A couple pretty good songs, and then a couple pretty bad songs. It's kind of a mix, but it's a good mix. It's even. Like, it's an even mix of songs. Overall, a very good debut album. Not one of the best, but it's still very good. I'm gonna give this album a 7 out of 10. It could have been a little better, but I love it. The production is pretty good. Like, I love how it's very raw, very untamed, very sort of like the production quality is not there, but I think that's what gives it its charm in a way. Like, it's just great. But yeah, so yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10. So that's my review of Eaten Back to Life by Cannibal Corpse. I've momentarily forgotten the title of the album for some reason. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.